Welcome to Today in Nashville. Hope you're doing well. It's Kelly Sutton. It's Carole Sullivan. We're doing COVID normal. That's my new code word. Somebody said that. COVID normal.
I think that works. I just got a nice care package for my mom. She sewed some masks. She was a busy little bee. So I'm starting to slowly accumulate, only because it's been gifted to me. She has a sewing room and it's filled with fabric. And so she made some masks and sent them over. So I should have them here with me, but I don't. Sorry.
Cheers to Barb. She always has so many good things. She's a delight.
Look at you with it, putting a little gold in your life, aren't you, Kelly? I like it.
Just for those of you that haven't been watching for a hot second. So Carole had a set of these and I was like, ooh, I really like those. And then it came up in like one of our boxes, the whatever, FabFitFun Fanciful and free.
Subscription box, yes.
And I said, I've got to have those. And so now I have a set and and Carole asked me what I'm drinking.
Tell me, Kelly, what's in there?
Kombucha. Who am I? I am slowly morphing into you. This is a drink I never, ever really drink. A friend of mine gave me some. This one is like a raspberry lemon, and it's really great. I'm digging it. And that's something to be said because I just don't do kombucha. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you're ingesting millions of live bacteria to help with your gut wellness and prevent leaky gut syndrome because the brain and the gut are connected and our immune system is so great. Are you suffering through those last few sips?
I liked it until you said that. And when you said that, that just made me not like it again.
Do it for your health. So when we
Bottoms
go
up.
back and look at the things that our grandparents, now I'm not talking my mom's generation, because my mom's generation was condensed soups and things in cans. And then we evolved to microwave cooking. You know, those were some dark days in food. But go back to grandma and you would have the sauerkrauts, the vinegars, the fermentation type things, and the bone broth, because you didn't have stock packaged for you in the grocery store. You just take the bones, add some water, and get all that collagen and good stuff. So what is old is new again.
Well, and I think too, at least in my grandparents' world, nothing was ever wasted. Nothing was ever wasted. So if you had a ham, you were using that ham bone. You were going to use, every part of whatever it was that you had. And that my grandmother always was big on canning. Like they had a big garden and she would can tomatoes. We would can beans, turnips. Like I just remember canning with her forever. And I feel like that's starting to come back into fashion as well.
It is. That's what I haven't ventured into. Can you do that? I mean, it's like you put the cans in you boil or water. I don't know. It seems like a whole thing.
I remember she had a pressure cooker that she would put on, you'd put the cans and there'd be water. You put the jars, I should say, mason jars, and then there'd be water underneath, and you did the pressure cooker on top. And all I can really remember about this, Carole, was that she would threaten me, don't get near it, because she was so afraid, like a pressure cooker, boom. Yeah. So as a kid, it's like, don't get near the stove. So I'm terrified still of a pressure cooker to this day.
Right, so you're not canning. So the answer is no, because she made it scary.
Right. But I do freeze. I freeze things like we do corn. We'll cut it off the cob, cook it halfway, put it in Ziploc bags and lay it flat and freeze it.
Ollie, what does everybody have in the bottom of their freezer?
Corn.
Everybody's got a bag of corn.
Yeah.
That's maybe as old as my child.
I don't even want to. My freezer is down here in the basement, and I kind of want to go look and see what the oldest date is, but I kind of don't, because then it's like that will just set a task for myself. I would have to do that for the rest of the day, basically, is clean the freezer.
If you haven't played the role of the expiration police in your own pantry, or it's even more fun in your parents' pantry, then you really haven't experienced true joy in life. Because remember, the cheese that I found, is it 2008 that was in my mom's fridge?
Yeah.
2008.
Yes.
Some pretty old cheese that had been hanging out there 12 years. 12 years in my mom's fridge.
That's still one of my favorite texts you've ever sent me, was just the fact that you were finding this and taking pictures of the dates and sending them to us. It was just making me so happy. There was so much joy. Hey, also got to tell you, so today, before we get too far into all of this, a big shout out to our sweet, sweet friends that are continuing Charlie Daniels' legacy volunteer jam. It is going to be happening, and we wanted to get the word out now. It's going to happen in February, so it's a ways away, but the reason we wanted to tell everybody about it now, usually it would happen in the fall. I believe, most of the time when we did volunteer jam, it was September, October, around then. So don't worry, we are going to do a volunteer jam this year, but it's going to be in February, and we're talking later on today with David Corlew. He was Charlie's manager for 47 years. I mean, talk about just the most incredible stories. He is the loveliest person.
To write a book.
Truly, absolutely.
Someone who needs a ghostwriter he just talks and the other person just takes a note.
100%, 100%. So stay tuned, because we do have that coming up in the show. And he was just such a lovely friend, and I was happy to connect with him.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. And tickets are on sale right now. You can buy your tickets to that. So that can happen. I love it. Did you hear the ding a moment ago? It's because I was getting some information. Our friends over at the Listening Room Cafe, this month is the celebration, the centennial celebration for the women's right to vote. And so the song Suffragettes, they are female, well, you're so familiar. You could talk about them for days with this female group. But the Listening Room is doing a whole tribute towards women, and they have specialty cocktails that are going on as well. They are doing special shows. It's really cool. So anyway, I think it's really cool. They've got specialty cocktails named after each of the 5 Tennessee suffragettes. So anyway, neat stuff, our friends at the Listening Room.
Well, and I will say, so Song Suffragettes, female singer-songwriters, that it's just like a loose collection of female singer-songwriters that got together back in the day. And their whole rally cry was like, let the girls play. They're not getting the same airtime. They're not getting on country radio. They're not getting, the same looks that a guy that's writing songs might get, not the same opportunities. So they came together, and they had Monday nights slated at the Listening Room for years now. You can go in and listen to incredible singer-songwriters. Our friend Kaylee Shore was kind of like one of the forefront right there. She was leading the charge with this, and things have really exploded for her. So it's been really good to watch that continue to grow over the years, and it's a wonderful night. So go see the song.
It's a great place to be. Listen, we got a great show ahead. Let's do it.
Let's do it, everybody. Grab your kombucha. Get your gut health ready, and we're off. It's time for Today in Nashville.